Hey guys, Suzanne Proxa back again. Today's topic has me pumped. So today I finally got an invite that actually worked into Clubhouse and I couldn't be more excited. I need to make sure I have okay. So people are begging for these invites right now. It is the hottest thing, and there is a reason why it's the hottest thing. So today I'm going to talk about 3 things that you can do before you get the golden ticket into Clubhouse. So while I was waiting to get into this thing, I was doing all kinds of research about how it works and what to do and all of that. So I was ready to dive in. And so I'm going to share some of that knowledge with you, and we'll talk about what the platform is really about and go from there. So this is for you if you are begging for that invite into Clubhouse harder than you ever begged for candy as a kid. You kind of get what it is, but kind of not. Or you are all about founder status and know you need to establish yourself quickly. So remember when Periscope came out? We all rushed to get to Periscope to be the first. And there's a reason why it's really lucrative to be one of the first. I mean, it's a big deal. So this is really exciting. Now, I do want to say real quick, this is going to be put on my podcast as well as live video. So if you are watching live and you want to listen on the podcast, you totally can. That is the Suzanne Show. And if you are listening on the podcast, you can check just about all of my social channels, and this will be there. And I will also upload it to the Suze Crew. If you are not in my totally free Suze Crew membership, you need to get in there because you'll have access to stuff like this. You'll have access to transcripts from my podcasts. There are 4 freebies in there right now. You get special discounts on things. You get first notice of all of the things. That's suzecrew.net. I'll talk about it again later, but I just want to put it out there. Okay, so I am Suzanne. I work with time-strapped women who want to build their empire with impactful content marketing and visibility in an hour or less per day. Because we all know that getting visible and creating visibility strategy, if you don't have the clarity and you don't know where you're going and don't have the help, can be just a complete time suck. And so that is, I help women create strategies to get around all of that. I am also a self-professed complete dork, and I love it. I dig it now. And taco loving, Marvel loving, Mandalorian loving, dog addict, part Irish, just I embrace it all. So you can find me on just about any social media at Suzanne Proxa. That is also my Clubhouse handle. When you finally do get in there, if you're not in already, come find me. I will definitely be creating rooms and all of that. So let's do a quick rundown of what this thing is. You might have an idea, you might not, you might even be in there. So this is an audio only platform, and this makes it super sexy for people who are worried about their appearance. Because let's face it, like live video conversation, they've really been emerging, and that's for a reason, because people want to have that connection. They want to get to know you. They want to hear your voice. And of course, a lot of people are just horrified about getting on live video because, you're just afraid what you look like or what your family will say and all of this stuff. And so the audio only is pretty sexy to a lot of people. And just like they said in one of the rooms today, I think it was Kimber Luna, this is fantastic for people who are worried about that, because you can go out there, show your expertise, and nobody knows what you look like. That's not part of the equation when they go to reach out to work with you. So it's great in that regard. This is a major connection opportunity. People are talking about connecting with celebrities, stuff like that. Certainly what I have seen already is that I can actually connect with somebody like, I'm going to say his last name wrong, Michael Stelzner, or oh my gosh, like I said, Kimra Luna, people like that. I've followed a lot of people that you normally feel rather untouchable, and so here you are in these rooms with these people, listening to them, where you even have the opportunity to get called up on stage to speak with them. I think it's just amazing. Um, you can schedule rooms where discussions are held. So these are on topics of interest to people. There's there's one out there right now about 50K webinars or something like that. And then there's another one like about creating $1 million business or running one that's been going for like 24 hours or more. Like everybody's talking about it. Like I have no idea how they're keeping this up, but fantastic discussion in there. Because people are basically, asking questions, other people are answering questions. The value, in online business, we're constantly talking about value, and the value that people are getting out of these rooms and giving in these rooms is just fantastic. It is a coach's dream. Okay, I saw somebody say that the other day. I can't take credit, but it is a coach's dream. Also, there's something called clubs. So this is kind of like a standing club that are available for people who regularly host to create. So there is that requirement right now. I think you have to host like 3 consecutive scheduled, oh my gosh, rooms. So you can't just do it right away. Although I did read, like I said, I researched like crazy on this before I even got in. I did read that eventually they will probably remove that. But again, here we are in this space of, if you're a founder, you get in there, you do what you need to do to establish a club. You've got the club, which is intended to be a community space. It's yours. You've already got the name reserved. You see where I'm getting with this? This is why you want to be a founder. Okay. Slimy selling is not the purpose. I'm going to say this again. Slimy selling is not the purpose. One more time. Slimy selling is not the purpose. I have only been in there one day, and I can tell you that theme is very clear. And anybody who's trying to do the slimy selling and not being helpful and providing value, people notice. Okay, so if you're starting to make these new connections and all they're seeing is they're asking a question and you're constantly telling them, oh, go to my course, go to my course, go to my program, you can get the answer there. People see that. People see that, and they see the slimy selling and all of that. Serving is the point of this platform. And of course, creating relationships and connections, not slimy selling. Now, if you are fabulous, which of course you are, and you're out there and you're answering questions and you're giving value, people are going to check out your bio. And if you've done your bio properly, they're going to be able to find you on Twitter and Instagram and places where they can message you and contact you about your programs and your coaching and check out your website and all of that. So they will find you. There's also links to Instagram and Twitter. And then the bio section is really lengthy. I don't know the total number of characters, but truth be told, I just kept going and it kept letting me. So I'll take it. So that's the rundown. So now what we're going to talk about is the 3 things, right? What I promised. So number 1 is these are the things that you can do before you even get in. You can do it after you get in if you haven't done it yet. But if you're like me, you got to be ready and prepared. So number 1, get your bio ready. So you're going to want to start this in Word or somewhere. Well, if you're an emoji person, let me disclaim. If you're an emoji person, then you are going to want to start in Word or somewhere that allows you to use those emojis, just like you do with Instagram. We used to it, right? So start it over there. Like I said, the bios are really actually quite long. I think that you want to be careful that you don't lose people. Again, not only have I seen, articles on this, but I've also stalked bios today. So they are quite long, but I think the theme is there's a balance there. Okay. We might get really excited because we can tell people about all the things, but I think that you really want to narrow it down to what's important. And what I can tell you is that what I'm seeing right now is there's really no specific formula yet. When you're on Instagram or you're listening to people that talk about Instagram, there's always a formula, right? There's a formula for your bio. You should do this, you shouldn't do that. They're all different as well, right? Everybody teaches something different. I have not seen anything that really impresses me enough to be like a specific winning formula for this platform yet. Just my opinion. But the one piece of advice that is very good, because when people show up, you're seeing really only the first couple of lines, line or two of their bio. So some really solid advice is to include what you do right at the top, whatever you want people to see for sure when they're searching, because it does have a similar feature to like Instagram where there's a little icon, whatever you want to call it, that you click on that expands and shows you people that other people, like the person you're looking at is followed by or following, I can't remember which. And, people are only going to be able to see that first little bit when that comes up. And also when you're searching for people as well, it's only going to show that first little bit. So you really want to include what you do right at the top or what is important to the people that you want to connect with. Certainly I've seen things all over the board, but most people are rolling with this. A lot of people are including their accomplishments. For now, I've got that listed for mine as well. I don't know if I'm going to keep it that way. We'll see. But I've got what I do, my accomplishments, and then some fun things about me. I'm probably going to change that up. But this was my bio that I had ready to rock. So a lot of people are including those accomplishments. Other people, while they're doing either the accomplishments plus some things to target how they serve, or they're just targeting how they serve. So, it's kind of an expansion of the I help statement, like the things that they've done. It's more of a highlight reel or what their programs are going to do for you, but it's not in a slimy sales way. So they're really talking to the person that they're trying to target to let that person know, hey, this is what I do, and these are the results you could get, kind of thing. All right. Look at when you get in, you can look at some of the other profiles to kind of get an idea of what that looks like. Truth be told, more people I've seen are using the accomplishments or, the things that they do, podcast host. Oh my gosh, what have I got? Like my certified wellness coach, all those things that people may not know about me. So, and then most people are including something with fun things about you. So for me in the beginning of this, I talked about being taco obsessed, Mandalorian obsessed. Can we talk about that last episode in season 2, please? Can we talk about that? That was awesome. Anyway, so I talk about those things pretty much anywhere I go. Long time ago, I learned before it was cool to start sharing some of those things so that people understand that you're a real person, you have some things in common, and that you are, there are some fun things about you. You're not just strictly business or some stodgy, whatever. So the other thing too, these will not link out, but people can certainly copy paste, but include some URLs to find you. So like I've got a link to my Sue's Crew, I've got a link to my podcast, and a link to my Facebook group, because those are the places that I want people to go to. So Again, start it in Word. No specific formula yet, but definitely consider including what you do right at the top. Consider including some accomplishments. Um, think about whether or not you want to do some statements in there that really talk directly to the person you serve and how you will serve them. Think about including some fun things about you, and then of course some URLs. Now, for the love of all that's holy, please do not make like this laundry list of URLs. I think that's just gonna muddy the waters over there. And plus, here's the other thing. Okay, now I'm gonna get on my coach soapbox. Remember, when we talk about like landing pages and sales pages and things like that, we talk about limiting the things that we want people to do, right? The actions. There's a reason why we take our menu off of that page, right? So that people aren't clicking around going other places. What is your strategy right now? What are you trying to get people to? Okay. Think about that. You can change it anytime, but do you really need the links to your Pinterest and your LinkedIn and your blog and your website and your Facebook page and your Facebook group and all of these things? And your TikTok, let's not forget your TikTok. Do you really need links to all that shit on there right now? Probably not. If you are launching something, you probably want to get them on your email list, maybe into your Facebook group, and maybe your main platform. 3, right? Okay. Off the soapbox. Okay, number 2, username list. I have been doing this for days with a Z. Lots of Z's. You guys know I talk goofy. So save those Facebook posts into a folder where everybody's talking about, I'm in Clubhouse, or I want to be in Clubhouse. Save those so that you can go back and follow all of these people who put their information out there when you just couldn't do anything with it. Okay. Because you want those connections, right? You want to show that interest. Bookmark any LinkedIn posts, or I have not seen anything on Twitter yet, but you never know. People do crazy things. Whatever social media where people are sharing those profile usernames, bookmark that so that you have it when you get in. Are your friends like sharing their usernames? Add that to the list so that you're ready. So when you go in there, like I had a list, 75 people like right off the bat that I followed once I got in there that I knew I wanted to follow because I had them bookmarked, saved on a list. Let's do this, in it to win it. Okay. And then of course I found some of my favorites. I'd find one favorite and then I'd see they followed my other favorites, and then it was just a snowball thing. That's something to be careful of when you get in there, by the way, because it is just awesome and amazing. Number 3, strategize. Oh my goodness, you guys. So in 30 Days to Visible, we will definitely be talking about Clubhouse. Of course, we are for sure talking strategy about where you want to go, where you want to be. This is going to be a huge, huge part of that discussion, whether or not you want to include this into your strategy. Strategy is so important because it keeps you, that strategy, that clarity, it keeps you from throwing spaghetti, whatever, at a wall and getting nowhere. And also keeps you from getting frustrated if you're, somebody who is time strapped or has chronic illness and you've only got so much time in a day. Strategy is what keeps you here rather than going, woo, Canva, all those things, right? So we talked about that in the other live, the Canva. All right. So number 1, you can think about, how are you going to lead in discussions? Now, I really, truly feel that you don't have to have been on the platform yet to be able to do any of these things. Because I was thinking about this before I even got in there. Like, how am I going to lead in discussions? Okay. Where is my expertise? What types of rooms am I going to try to get into, or not try, you can just go in there. What rooms am I going to go into, and what expertise am I going to try to help with? So I'm in observation mode today, but there was someone in a room today who was diving back into her business, wanting to know what she should do, that would be quick, easy, and in the perfect place for her. That would have been a great question for me to chime into. And that is absolutely one of the types of discussions that I am going to be diving into. And actually, there was somebody who answered her question, and I could have provided a much better answer to that. But I felt that I'm in day one, I'm in, observer mode, but within a few days, you better bet I'm going to jump on those questions. Okay. So how are you going to lead in discussions? Where are you going to dive in? Where are you going to be brave and dive in and help with people's questions? Because I guarantee you, if you think about what questions do your people ask the most, I hope you know this, because that's part of clarity. And we'll talk about that in 30 Days to Visible as well, if that's a weakness for you. If you know those questions, you are way ahead on this part. Okay. Topics. What topics are you going to schedule? Now, I think that as a new user, this is very bold and brave, right? Like, even I am terrified to go in and schedule my first topic, to be honest. This is a new platform for me. Another reason to observe for a few days so that you know how things work. Like any other platform, there's, different terminology. I urge you to kind of, Google, so you get an idea of what that terminology is and how things work and how rooms work. But then you can start thinking about, okay, what topics am I going to schedule? And hell, if you're like a go-getter and you've got your strategy figured out for the next 90 days, you figure out where this fits and what you can schedule. And again, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I can help you, but you need to get into 30 Days to Visible or sign up, for one-to-one, so I can help you put that strategy together. That is something that happens over, several sessions and calls and things like that to get that all situated and figured out. That's some work. That's the WERK kind of work. Partnerships you are looking for. What is your goal going into this thing? What kind of people would you like to meet? What kind of people do you want to connect with? And heck, are you like me? Did you have a list of favorites that you knew you were going to go in and find right away so that you could be in rooms with them and, and maybe connect there and chat? Figure it out now. You know who you love. You know who you follow on other platforms. Hell, Gary Vee's on there, of course. You love Gary Vee? On the list. Okay. And then how are you really going to leverage the platform? It's certainly okay if you are somebody that just wants to go onto the platform to learn. It is a gold mine for that. Again, people are sharing ridiculous value on there. Value bombs left and right. If you can hang out and stay with it, you'll definitely get some value from the platform. If you are making it part of your strategy, to get clients, to make sales, etc. Again, you're not doing the slimy stuff on there, but this is certainly going to lead to sales for you. If you strategize properly, this is absolutely going to get sales for you. So how are you planning on leveraging this platform? These are the things you want to think about. Okay. So 1, get that bio ready. 2, get that user name list going, get yourself a jump start. And 3, dive into this strategy. How are you going to lead? What topics are you going to schedule? What partnerships are you looking for? And how are you going to leverage the platform? Like for me, I already know I'm not happy. I'm not going to be happy if I'm not a leader of a club. Well, I mean, I will be happy. Okay, let me retract that. I want to be a leader of a club. Okay, that's all there is to it. It's one of the ways I'm going to leverage the platform. I'm planning on it. So think about these things, and then do absolutely report back with me in my Facebook group on what you figured out. Like, what are you going to do? I want to hear about your plans. Heck, share your bio. If you're not in my group, facebook.com/groups/Suzanne Proxa. So I have made everything I've got across the board Suzanne Proxa, so that if you can master spelling my name, you will find me. You will find me. Okay, so also there's a link to the Facebook group in my free resource hub as well. So if you didn't get that down, SuzCrew.net is how you get into my free Suze Crew, SUZ, not S, SUZCREW.net. And that will get you invite to the community, the free resource hub, special trainings, Suze Crew only discounts. There are some other really cool things that I'm going to be doing in 2021 that I don't want to spill the beans on just yet. But you, if you're a Suze Crew member, they will be free. They are worth hundreds, and you'll automatically be registered. So you guys know I have really amazing ideas, right? You'll love this. Okay. And then I talked about 30 days to visible. You're not going to get some spiel from me about this. You can go to 30daystovisible.com and check it out. This will be a 6-week program starting January 25th. The regular price is $7.97, but I have a code, capital letters, action taker, all together, capital letters, will get you $300 off until January 2nd, because that will make you a founding member. And what that means for you is that you will get the updates to the program every time I re-release this thing, every time, without paying another penny. If you want to join live in the future, you'll have a significantly reduced rate to do that. Just like I have, like I'm in Impacting Millions, I rejoin every year. It's significantly discounted because I already have the lifetime founding program where I get all the updates. So I am doing the same thing. So 30daysvisible.com, go check it out. I will tell you, I am done fiddling with that sales page. It is not perfect, but it is good enough for now. All right. Thank you so much for joining me on this live on the podcast. If you have questions, let me know. Reach out. If you're interested in coaching 30 Days to Visible, head to my website, check it out. And I will talk to you guys soon, and I will see you